Assalamualaikum and selamat sejahtera. For our online lecture, we're going to continue the lecture from our previous topic that we combine together, which are biodiversity conservation and environmental management from ethnic perspective. So this time we're going to look into the Bajau case. Previously, we learned the perspective from ethnic who live in terrestrial ecosystem towards conservation and environmental management. So in Bajau case, they are unique because they live in marine ecosystem, and as you Bajau are the sea nomads. So Bajau ethnic is a member of Malay group who have lived at sea for centuries. So they have a family, they born, and most of their daily activities are at the sea. So they only visit the land to trade fish for staples food like rice and water, and also to bury the diseased body. And because of their nomadic lifestyle, many of them remain stateless. Maksudnya tiada kenegaraan, tiada warga negara. So our government has performed a very controversial program. So they actually force most of them to settle on land or in still villages at the water's edge. So among the popular one is Kampung Air in Semporna. So they are distributed in the area of Semporna in case of in Malaysia, and in further south on the Indonesian island of Sulawesi, and others can still be found in island around the southern Philippines. So since they live in marine ecosystem, fish and other marine resources provide the basis for their nutritional needs. They also practice traditional fishing using handmade spear, as you can see in the picture on the left side. Let me have a laser pointer here. Yeah, on the left side. And when the water is shallow, they just pluck lobster using hands from the seabed. So it's very cool, isn't it? In modern era, they also apply a low technology line and net fishing other than manual collection, as we saw in the previous slide. And interestingly, they also use mangrove for fuel and construction materials. They also believe in certain ancestral belief, although majority of them are Muslims now. They still incorporate their belief in relation to the environment. So they believe there are two kind of spirits, which are sea spirits and ancestral spirits. So all in all, these two spirits will punish them if they do bad thing, and will reward them if they do good thing. I know these pictures are quite disturbing, but if you see closely, the first picture on the top left, the man demonstrates how the Bajau people prepare the bomb for blast fishing. And then the woman on the top right shows both of her hands were disfigured when she lost them during blast fishing. And then they also practice cyanide fishing. Yeah, I know this picture is very funny, but yeah, just hold on. They poison the fish by diving underwater and spray potassium cyanide onto the fish habitat. And majority of the habitat are coral reef habitat. And they just poison the fish in order to stun the fish, not totally kill the fish. Meaning that they just want to pengsankan sekejap. So why do they have to do this? Why can't they just use manual fishing and live happily? So this is the issue that we need to think, because they need to supply the demand for food industries and also for commercial industry such as aquarium. Kadang-kadang kita tengok ikan tu, oh cantiknya, warna-warni, tapi siapa yang tangkap sebenarnya? Kalau tidak mereka yang tinggal di laut yang mengamalkan perkara-perkara sebegini. Bukan salah mereka, tapi kehendak daripada masyarakat luar. Therefore, the issue of destructive and illegal fishing practices have been associated with not only Bajau but other coastal communities around Southeast Asia. So, some of the examples of destructive and illegal fishing are blast fishing, cyanide fishing that we saw in the previous slide, coral mining, and they also harvest endangered and protected species. But Bajau believe that high reproductive rates will always outweigh losses due to fishing, while fish are also considered to retreat to deeper waters in the face of increased inshore fishing pressure. Maksudnya, walaupun mereka ini mengamalkan destructive and illegal fishing, tetapi dalam kalangan masyarakat Bajau sendiri, mereka fikir yang it is okay because ikan itu masih lagi ada high reproductive and then everything is okay. So they still continue the blast fishing, and this has become a major source of concern among environmentalists. But this practice play an important social role to the Bajau through its three roles, which are the practice support catch sharing behavior and represents an important cultural trait within Bajau society and closely interwoven into the network of Bajau household relations. So, as a conservation practitioners, we cannot simply enforce regulation because it might affect the social structures of the community. So these are things that we need to think. By taking both aspects, which are conservation versus the social role of the destructive practice, by taking this into consideration, how would you act to control the situation? So this question is very important. So please submit your response in the comment section after watching this online lecture. So I will give individual marks. And I will discuss the answer after all of you provide your responses. So in the meantime, let's grab some popcorn and enjoy this, I think about 30 minutes documentary about the Bajau as the Sea Gypsies. So I think it is quite a short presentation, but thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy the lecture as much as I do enjoy giving the lecture. I hope this is short and sweet lecture. So thank you very much and see you next time.